Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch. To go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position.
What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matches.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And
On September 13th, 2025, the boxing world froze. We watched Terence Crawford, a man who began his career at lightweight, stand in the center of the ring in Las Vegas with his hand raised. After dismantling the undisputed king of super middleweight, Canelo Alvarez, the crowd sat in stunned silence. Commentators scrambled for words, but one man sitting ringside wasn't surprised at all. In fact, he told the world this exact outcome was coming months before it happened.
Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for as much. If you say Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't gonna surrender and say, I'll slow it up so I'm gonna act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Bernard Hopkins, the executioner himself, didn't just predict that Crawford would win, he laid out the exact blueprint for how Canelo would be exposed. While everyone else obsessed over weight classes and power differences, Hopkins saw something entirely different. He saw a trap being set, and he believed Canelo was walking straight into it. Now, with rematch talks heating up, Hopkins is back with a new warning. And if his first prediction taught us anything, Canelo Alvarez may be on the verge of making the biggest mistake of his entire career.
Canelo go from here, Henry.
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight.
To understand why Hopkins is so confident Crawford wins again, you have to revisit what he described as the trap. Long before the first bell rang, Hopkins said Canelo was playing checkers while Crawford was playing chess. Most fans shrugged this off as old school talk, but now that we've seen the fight, it's terrifying how accurate he was. Hopkins explained that after years of relying on power and physical dominance, Canelo had forgotten what it's like to face a pure technician, a fighter who thinks faster, adapts quicker, and operates on a different mental level.
Canelo Crawford, obviously Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people.
Crawford didn't overpower Canelo. He outhought him. Hopkins pointed out that throughout all 12 rounds, Crawford stayed 3 or 4 steps ahead, slipping into spaces where Canelo thought punches would land only to disappear before they arrived. This wasn't running. This was distance management at a level boxing hasn't seen in decades. Hopkins calls it the illusion of availability, making your opponent believe the target is right there, only to make him swing at shadows.
Ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out. He beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power. And on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing. You know that you can go out into that ring and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez. And might I even say this? Bud Crawford has a chance of stopping Canelo Alvarez.
That leads to Hopkins' most fascinating observation: mental exhaustion. We usually talk about stamina in physical terms, how many miles you ran, or how many rounds you sparred, but Hopkins says what happened to Canelo wasn't physical fatigue. It was mental burnout. Imagine chasing a man for 36 minutes and never catching anything but air. Every miss is a silent punishment, slowly draining your confidence, your rhythm, and your will.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, D-Hop?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise, I don't see anything different.
Hopkins compared it to his own legendary fights against Roy Jones Jr., noting that loading up on power shots and missing drains your gas tank twice as fast as a clean connection. By round 8, Canelo looked heavy, sluggish, and suddenly unsure of himself. Hopkins insists this wasn't age, it was the crushing realization that he couldn't solve the puzzle in front of him. And in a rematch, he says that kind of mental scar doesn't disappear. It deepens.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been. You
listen, it always will be. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that didn't.
World champion,
whether it was
pride of Broward County, Florida,
politics over here, politics over there, we get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best years ago. Go all the way back to top rank. All the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to show.
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the scorecards were read, Hopkins made a statement that instantly went viral. He didn't just call Crawford the best fighter of this era, he compared him to Michael Jordan. It's a massive claim, but Hopkins explained the logic. Jordan dominated not just through athleticism, but because his fundamentals were so perfect they worked against anyone, anytime, anywhere. At 38, Crawford should have been the slower, more fragile fighter moving up to weight classes. Instead, he looked fresher than the younger Canelo. Hopkins credits this to efficiency. Like late career Jordan, Crawford wastes no movement. Every step has a purpose. You can build strength in the gym, but you can't magically develop instincts that take decades to refine.
To Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again. Even
the world is demanding Canelo versus Crawford too. It makes financial sense, and Canelo's pride is screaming for revenge. But Hopkins believes this rematch is a trap, one even more dangerous than the first. He says the September fight shattered Canelo's aura of invincibility, and now that Crawford knows exactly how Canelo reacts to feints, angles, and shifts, the rematch could be even more one-sided. The element of surprise is gone. The blueprint is complete.
Well, you keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is the thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You know, you can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, man, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado. Yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part one. Desperado was part two. That right there, it was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think?
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's an open and shut case as you do.
Hopkins warns that Canelo struggles against pure technicians who can adjust on the fly. We saw it with Bivol. We saw it again with Crawford. And Hopkins says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, while expecting a different result. Unless Canelo can completely reinvent his fighting style in his mid-30s, a transformation almost no boxer in history has successfully made, he may be walking straight into a massacre. The size difference didn't save him the first time, and Hopkins believes it won't save him in the rematch either.